pretty much dismantled WE, playing to their strengths, playing to their strong lanes. The Shy had a pop-off game there on the Ningar, going from a 1v1 to a 1v2 to a 1v3 pretty much. And just like that, the game pretty much ended in very convincing fashion over to the side of Invictus Gaming. But similar to Game 1, we will not have the time to go through picks and bans yet again. So, we have at the bottom the picks and bans going on to WE stealing away the Kai'Sa pick, staying with the Orianna pick, and then changing up pretty much everything else. Meanwhile, on the side of Invictus Gaming, what I consider a very interesting and very different draft from what we're used to, with the Gragas top lane along with the Olaf in the jungle, Syndra in the middle lane, and the Galio Jhin bottom lane. See, why I think this is weird is one, they're very much taking the carry potential away from the Shy with this Gragas pick. Seeing as to how I'm not quite sure how the draft went exactly, I'm assuming that the Gragas pick was a flex in the first three picks, because I mean, normally the Invictus Gaming would give the Shy counter pick. That's something we definitely know. And one of the counter picks that the Shy loves to use against Camille is Mordekaiser. Admittedly, we haven't seen much Mordekaiser recently, but I don't think that is any reason for them to not choose it. Anyways, going back into the game, Olaf dropping a quick ward and backing for his sweeper. Around the same time, Beishang is also channeling his recall, kind of intuitively sensing that the Olaf has left. Of course, he's just trying to defend his jungle, because Olaf can most definitely ransack your jungle regardless of who you are in the early game. Meanwhile, Breathe and the Shy just sitting opposite bushes, not knowing that each other is there, but having some sense of intuition that they are there. As for this bottom lane, I find this Galio pick to probably be a bit of a takeaway pick, because Galio does kind of help. It goes well with Jhin because Galio can fly in team composition. Galio seems like a pretty good pick because Galio can jump in with the Olaf, which I think Invictus Gaming can be throwing a lot of resources into. Just jump in with the Olaf, and then from the back lines, Wink can just throw out his ultimate. But more on that later, as both junglers start on the same side of the map and the game officially begins now. Missing, already popping his E, going in onto Wink. Wink just running out of the fight, missing, backing off as soon as his aftershock pops. However, Baolan proccing his own aftershock with the Justice Punch and trading back onto both Jiomeng and Missing. So far, a pretty good trade there going on. Both sides, both duo lanes kind of trading back pretty evenly. Missing now, stepping up again, looking for perhaps another E. Surprised that Balan didn't go for his taunt instead of his Justice Punch, as both teams are just looking to get to level 2 as quickly as possible. In the middle lane, a ping going out there from Rookie, I suppose, onto himself. And he is warding up the Raptors, likely to spot Talia as she's doing a full camp clear. Meanwhile, Balan being jumped on, instantly pops the taunt, pops his aftershock, missing, also popping his aftershock, tanking some of the damage. But in that exchange, Baolan is most definitely at a deficit right there, as Missing actually the grenade jumping into the bush despite Invictus Gaming having no vision on them. Baolan now is in a pretty perilous situation, as Missing can most definitely opt to go in right as soon as his next aftershock is off cooldown. In the top side, the Shy trying to body slam Breathe out of his hookshot, however doing unsuccessfully. That apparently is not how the interaction works. The Shy, he's on a champion that is renowned for having an incredibly, perhaps currently the most stable laning phase, as Missing flashing onto Balan. Balan trying to use a Justice Punch to close the distance, however, is taken out by Jiomeng before that is possible, and Missing showing an immense WE through Missing, showing an immense amount of pressure. However, Beishang is behind the tower. Wink is surrounded in a 1v3 situation. The wave is 4 minions strong, as Missing hits another E. Flash coming out as well as cleanse on Wink. However, it is not enough to save him, as Jiomeng takes the second kill of the game, and already with a 150 gold shutdown, half a plating is already gone down. Shin in the top side, Breathe spots him out when warding on the top side Scuttle Crab, letting Beishang know that the bottom side Scuttle Crab is free for the taking. Shanks a little bit pushed up in lane, however Rookie, with the amount of mana he has left, will most likely not be able to do too much. Flash is still available, of course, on Shanks, so he is incredibly safe, opting to walk up knowing that Talia is in the bottom side. River, in case he needs some semblance of a rescue operation. However, both junglers simply recalling back to lane. So again, Invictus Gaming, perilous position. Their bot side is getting a lot of attention, that the bot side has already been dove pre-level 5 before the dragon has even spawned. Meanwhile, in the top side, you cannot really abuse a Camille with a Gragas because Gragas is so stable, but he's also not great at taking advantage of leads, at least when he is in lane, unless he wants to go full AP, which is something I wouldn't really put past the Shy as missing, going up for a deep pink ward into the bottom side jungle of Invictus Gaming. The Shy trying to sidestep that tactical sweep as Beishang makes his way up to the top lane. A quick hook shot stunning up the Shy, however, Breathe is quite low on mana. Flash coming out from the Shy as well as Breathe, but Breathe just doing no damage to the Shy despite using the second part of his Q. The Shy there just taking a swig and rolling on back onto his tower. Lumbers forward to secure the wave. Beishang seeing that there is no hope of killing him, especially since Breathe has no mana. That being said, Invictus Gaming is rotating their bottom lane up into the river. Baolan is rocking right up, however, missing is right on his tail. Baolan opting instead to leave the bottom side jungle of WE. A good defense there onto their mid lane of their mid laner here, as Shin pushing out the mid lane so to allow Rookie to recall. Rookie with teleport will be able to join as Shin walking into the river, looking perhaps to start up this Dragon Pop Sweeper and clears out a ward. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Wink is just free farming with Jomong. And in the top side, the Shy with about the same amount of mana as Breathe is getting an easy advantage in his priority, in terms of priority, because he does have AoE on pretty much every single spell he has. And the bottom side here, Baolan and Wink forced to play quite passively as Missing, they know Missing is in the bush, and Missing has shown time and time again in the first 4 minutes of the game that he is more than willing to jump in there with his E to land a quick stun and tank up the damage with his Aftershock. Not very easy to trade against that with only 4 bullets, and Baolan's Balan Galio does have pretty strong early game damage, but Shin has arrived, pops Blast Plant, finds Missing. Missing has no flash, only has Ignite. Balan flashing forward for revenge onto Missing. Missing is gifted over to Wink, and I'm pretty sure this will indicate the start of a Dragon as Balan steps forward up to Jiomong, but Jiomong dissuades him with a quick Icathian Rain. And Dragon is started up 6 minutes into the game. So looking at both team compositions, it's very obvious that WE scales much better into the late game. They have phenomenal scaling in the top side. In the Orianna has a strong mid game and has a pretty decent late game with the amount of utility and zone control that she provides onto her team. Of course, a beautiful team fighting ultimate. While Jiomong also has fantastic scaling as the Shy is attempted, a gank is attempted onto the Shy again. Beishang flying in with the wall. The Shy using his ultimate to disengage, however, running out of mana, pops a biscuit for some extra mana. However, is just being strolled back into the fountain by Beishang, hurling pebble after pebble at the big man and eventually having just enough to take him down. Unfortunately for the Shy, he ran out of mana. There's Rookie stepping up now, landing some nice damage onto Shanks, not using his ultimate yet because he knows that Shanks will not die from it. Just above him, however, Beishang is finishing up the Scuttle Crab, so Rookie might want to be a little bit cautious with how he is stepping up. Luckily for him though, Beishang running out completely of mana, because he didn't just throw rocks at the Shy, he actually threw his entire mana pool at the Shy, as well as his entire skill order multiple times in a row. Beishang just continuing out to clear out his camp. So far, pulling off 2 very successful ganks, 2 successful ganks and 1 missed gank, as opposed to Shin, who has so far only managed to pull off 1 successful gank on the bottom side, which managed to scare him Dragon. That being said, already with Dragons being snowballed, Invictus Gaming with the obvious mid-game power spike looking to end out the game probably around that time, are doing a pretty good job. All things considered, Invictus Gaming, with this ability to just come at the mid lane of WE, always have a potential way of coming back as a beautiful snipe coming out from Wink. The very last bullet of the curtain call most definitely had Shank's name written all over it, and Wink, in the blink of an eye, just threads the needle. Perfect shot onto it. As Invictus Gaming's bot lane was rotating up, of course, to ensure that the Rift Herald was taken, managing to nab themselves a beautiful team kill with multiple snipes going on. So Invictus Gaming, Jin scales pretty well as well, Syndra does as well, and Jin into a team that is mostly squishy. We can't really count Leona because Leona is going to be pretty under-resourced. She's not going to have as much resources as perhaps a top lane or a jungle tank would. So, the Shy just body slamming Breathe out of the hook shot. Using his ultimate now, the Shy, despite just being what I say one of the most stable top laners of playing the most stable top lane champion you could possibly play, is still looking to be aggressive. You can't put an aggressive man on a passive champion. That just doesn't work. As the Shy backing off now, Ping's going out onto Shanks, who is spotted entering the Invictus Gaming's top side river through Raptor Ward. Meanwhile, in the bottom side here, so WE pretty strong disengage against Invictus Gaming's very much just rush in along with a bit of range supplemented in from the middle and the bottom lane from both Rookie and Wink. So they've got good engage. WE have got great disengage as well. Good split push potential, which Invictus Gaming has no hope of countering. By the way, Breathe is gonna have free reign in the side lanes. There's no way the Shy will be able to stop him by sitting under tower. However, he will never be able to really fight Breathe. And as Breathe gets to the 2 to 3 item mark, Invictus Gaming along with the Shy are going to come into some very, 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 very hard to solve issues. That being said, it's fully possible that the game does end before that. But WE is in the lead currently as Missing enters to the mid lane to make sure that there's no funny business going down, puts a deep ward to ensure that there's no one hiding in the shadows just beyond vision of Shanks. Meanwhile, Invictus Gaming's bottom lane is rotating up into the river yet again, could be looking for something like a pick onto Shanks yet again, as a hookshot coming out. They're pretty much just trading back and forth in the top lane. Rift Herald is going down in the mid lane most likely as Shin runs down the lane, trying to speed up the game slightly, and of course trying to get some gold onto Rookie, trying to pressure the middle lane as well. As 4 members of Invictus Gaming are hovering around this area, while 4 members of WE are also closing in on them in a straight up 4v4 at this point in time. I am pretty sure that it is just a matter of who manages to hit more spells and which carry gets exploded first. It's pretty even footing here for both teams, which makes it very exciting as Dragon is spawning in about 30 seconds, with Shin running in with his Ragnarok and roll. He is exceptionally strong. However, I do believe that WE have the spells they need in order to kind of make his life a pretty painful make his attempt to run at them pretty painful, as the Shy going very low on mana here as Missing and Beishang using his ultimate to seal Rookie of his tower of safety. Rookie trying his best to kite around as he flashes over the wall. A Debonair ultimate coming in there from Baolan as Shun flashes over the wall, jumping onto Beishang. Beishang trying his best to kite away from him, however, is pinned against a wall himself as some very quick karma coming in. Wink clearing out the kill and finishing off with his curtain call yet again. A very, very aggressive play there going on there by WE, trying to secure a quick pick. Beautiful wall there, forcing Rookie into a corner, and Rookie just tossed about by Beishang, forcing out his flash. Baolang coming in just a moment too late as the Shy, knowing that Breathe was going to be in that tri-bush, attempting a recall, fully expecting it. The Shy jumping in, just cancelling out his recall, as I think the Shy had to back because of the amount of mana that he had. Already ahead in CS is Breathe having a pretty easy time in lane, which could be a premonition, which could signal something unfortunately not so great for the side of Invictus Gaming. Pings are going out and WE is in position to start up this dragon first. Shin in the top side, not spotted by a ward, but WE just instinctively go towards it. And second dragon of the game pretty much securely going over to the side of WE, which they are going to very much enjoy, stalling out any potential for a third or fourth dragon contest for a further 5 minutes. If the next dragon goes over to the side of WE, I would say personally that WE is in a fantastic position. While I said both teams do scale pretty decently, I think in my personal opinion, it is very much scaling is very much in favor of WE in this situation. They just have much more scaling. The only thing that they kind of lack is a proper tank, which will make their front-to-back team fighting slightly more difficult. However, the amount of CC that Missing provides and this relative squishiness of most members of Invictus Gaming, I think it won't be too difficult. That being said, Invictus Gaming does have some kind of beefy boys. As that Gragas, I expect it to be full AP, so I take back what I said previously. This is going to be a very, very tanky Gragas. He's going to be able to last a very long time. And, the drain tanking abilities of Olaf are already legendary, but if you throw in a Gore Drinker to that calculations as well, there's really nothing much more to be said, as Breathe is just having the time of his life up in the top lane. The Shy just trying to pick up whatever CS he can under tower, and this is not a position we regularly see the Shy in or generally if we see the Shy in this position, we know that it's because he has, oh, good try there from the Shy trying to explosive cast, breathe into tower to try and take a decent trade and fight, as the trading going in back and forth quite even at this point in time. However, it's only going to get better for Camille, as Shanks is yet again given the treatment of the bot lane, rotating up into the top lane. Shanks weaving left, weaving right, doing the dance and managing to avoid all of Wink's shots. Wink not able to find his mark the second time around, as poor Shanks has been given a little bit too much attention. And I'm pretty sure he is not loving that. That being said, Jiumeng is free farming in the bottom lane here. If every rotation that Invictus Gaming's bot lane does, it is simply putting Jiumeng slightly ahead, bit by bit by bit, as he is already one level ahead. The Shy jumping in onto Breathe, who uses ultimate to dodge the body slam. However, Beishang is up here. The Shy is in perilous position, and Beishang secures the kill with his Dark Harvest and flicking some pebbles at him. Shin now in the mid lane with Wink, and Rookie is looking to take down this tower. However, Wink with low mana and missing coming in from the side is stunned up by the Scatter the Weak. However, tanking so much damage with W Shin ultimate coming in, missing is shredded 2 pieces. Jiumeng coming in from the side and tries to take out the kill, uses his exhaust, using his cleanse but ulting in for the shit, as tagged by the undertow from the side, as Shanks is taken down by the bouncing grenade of Wink. But just as quickly, Beishang trades back with another pebble toss. Beishang is doing so much damage in this early game, doing so much work, managing to find multiple kills in just being at the perfect place at the perfect time. Very, very, very aggressive plays that come in from WE, and from WE, pretty much diving Shanks on the tower, as Shanks is eventually taken out. As we watch this fight again, Rookie landing a Scatter Weak over the wall perfectly. Wink running out of mana goes in on to Shin, who just relishes the ability to just turn on somebody, as Jiumeng, a very, very aggressive pathing, uses ultimate into the enemy team to get some armor. However, is snagged by the undertow at the end there, as a bouncing grenade destroys Shanks' remaining HP pool, and Shanks' ultimate is used to pull Wink into the pebble toss of Beishang. And a quick back and forth there. However, already amassing a 3k gold lead is the side of WE. Jiumeng 152 CS, quite a lot of CS compared to Wink, who's been doing a lot of rotating, all things considered. Not something we're used to seeing from AD carries. We're used to seeing AD carries play the Jiumeng style, pretty much just sitting in lane, letting their team do their thing and just farming up a storm. However, Wink already contributing to a lot of the kills, setting up for his team 2 kills and securing 4 for himself, as Rookie is rotating to the bottom side. This blue buff going over to Shin, who needs mana desperately to continue his fast clear. Shin is also a vital part of the mid game for Invictus Gaming, as he needs to be able to run in and provide the Galio service for his team. That being said, I must say that Shin now is not exactly tanky, and running into a Beishang who's going to welcome him with open arms does not sound like a particularly exciting proposal, even if I was a super fed Olaf. Olaf also doesn't have much healing to go behind him in this one. All he really has is Balan to jump in with him. So I'm not particularly sure I'm liking this Invictus Gaming pick. I feel like Shin will be shredded to pieces by the sheer damage that is available to the side of WE, as both teams are posturing around the mid lane and the rivers, trying to secure vision as much as they can. Rookie throwing out a quick Scatter the Weak that hits nothing, as Dragon spawning in the next 13 seconds. We see in the top side, Breathe is already running through river, pretty much arriving in the mid lane as well. The Shy has been here for a decent chunk of time, as Balan uses Hex Flash to go over the wall, finding Missing, who is forced to jump in, tanking up so much damage with his Aftershock. However, as Balan is snagged back into his team, gets ultimate by Breathe using the last part of his uppercut to secure Balan, and just like that, WE going up 1 kill in this little exchange, and most definitely securing the next dragon for themselves, and in my opinion pretty much securing the game for themselves, as Invictus Gaming's team composition doesn't seem to be having a very good time running into WE, and alas, that is what their team composition does, as Beishang looking to be as efficient as possible, securing both Scuttle Crab and Dragon at just about the same time. WE, not one to be complacent, are now looking for the mid lane tier 3 tower, as Beishang drops the Rift Herald over the wall. Gonna take some time to get there, but this will most definitely mark the downfall of Invictus Gaming's mid lane tower. Rookie coming in to try and save what he can of his tower, as he flashes in, gets a Scatter the Weak onto Missing, as well as Beishang. Shin throwing his axe down, however his ultimate is not up and does not have flash, nor does he have Ghost. There's no way he's gonna be able to close that distance without getting chain CC'd and destroyed by his team. The Shy channeling his recall, as Breathe manages to get there in time to secure the minion wave very, very handedly. And going back into this game with Baron spawning in 50 seconds. Balan is jumping in is Jiumeng trying his best to secure as the Shy misses his ultimate. A beautiful stop juke there by Jiumeng. Jiumeng using his ultimate very aggressively, knowing that his team was not even in the area. Actually, the only person who was remotely in the area was Breathe, and he was in the top side, having to force out his teleport as the Shy also used his teleport to look for a quick pick there. However, most unfortunately missing out his ultimate. I guess the Shy doesn't have as much practice on the safe pick of Gragas as he would on some other more aggressive lane bully champions. Such is the nature of, you know how in movies there's typecasting? I think the Shy is kind of the role typecasted in a way. Shanks walking up onto the Shy knowing that he doesn't have his ultimate, feeling a degree of safety. However, ping going on onto the Tribush reveals that there is a Leona and a Beishang there also with the Talia pick. Talia, of course, insanely good against the Gragas pick. Balan walking up to try and make sure that his top laner has some degree of safety available, dropping a ward, spotting out two members of WE with malicious malintent sitting in the bush. However, they may just go for Balan, who is trying to clear out the pink ward, gets hit out by three of the pebbles from Beishang and missing, allowing for Shanks to push up the tower and secure the final outer tower of Invictus Gaming side. And WE are just running away with this game pretty much. They are dictating the tempo right now. They are winning the fights. Beishang nearly sending Balan onto a whole reflexology panel full of pain. And honestly, WE are very much in control of this game. Invictus Gaming, perhaps the best chance of a comeback is to simply catch out Beishang and cash in on that immense shutdown that he currently has been hoarding. Jiumeng also Jiumeng shutdown was already claimed in the previous fight when he took a very greedy pathing, and this kind of reveals a little bit of a weakness there from the side of WE. Jiumeng incredibly aggressive, pretty much like a Jackie Love almost, in the way that he ults in, and the pathing that he chooses is sometimes exceptionally greedy. That being said, missing I think he's got good sense of when to go in, so that's a good thing for WE. But I gotta tell you that Jiumeng's pathing so far has been pretty suspicious, to say the least, and his ultimates have been extremely aggressive, and that is me being kind of considerate, as Beishang coming in with yet another beautiful Weaver's Wall, blocking out the Shy's escape. However, the wall does go down eventually. Breathe jumping in onto the Shy as opposed to Wink, and the Galio ultimate coming out against her, a combo you don't really see used very often against the Camille herself, as Balan and Wink were just around the corner as Breathe and Beishang were attempting to yet again single out the Shy and bully him for his pick. Xun securing up the mid lane after the rotation there by WE secures them very little, as Jiumeng jumping in on to a Olaf. That's how confident he is, as Xun using his Ragnarok and Ro trying to run away. Jiumeng using his flash, even as Xun trying to lifesteal what he can with his God Drinker. However, Jiumeng is pretty much just the assassin Kai'Sa that this Gale Force has allowed him and unlocked him to be, as WE start up the Baron under the vision of Invictus Gaming. Of course, very, very quick movements as Wink and the Shy are running up now from bottom lane. Balan has already arrived. Rookie with his blue buff is also in the area. No vision over the wall available for the members of WE, as Rookie throwing in his spells will not have them for a attempted steal. Wink opening up with the curtain call, but the very, very decisive Baron going over to the side of Invictus Gaming as a Dark Harvest goes over to Wink. The only little win that WE got from that Invictus Gaming, got from that little exchange there, as Wink jumping in with a very nice combo of the Gale Force into the root and then the Shy's ultimate. However, the rest of the team were just too far away to continue up and follow up the Shy. So far, his ultimates have been underwhelming, to say the least, as second dragon, fourth dragon of the game, and second dragon over to Invictus Gaming no doubt will be this dragon. That being said, WE not looking to give it up uncontested. The Rookie trying to look for a pick on Jiumeng, who's known for positioning very aggressively. Teleport coming in there from Shanks, who will be here for this fight. It is going to be a 5v5, whether the dragon goes over, regardless of who the dragon goes over to. It goes over to Xun on Invictus Game. Breathe under the backside onto Wink. Is taken incredibly low. Balan manages to peel for his carry, missing, using his stopwatch to try and tank out what he can. The Shy is stunned out, but Jiumeng is on the side. They're being chased down by Xun. Missing, getting out of the fight with barely any HP. The Shy is stuck into the dragon pit with so little mana. He uses the belly roll to get over the wall, using up as little mana as he had left, as Beishang uses the wall to trap Balan and Wink In the bottom side, Jumong is here with the flank. Balan is low on mana. Wink has basically nothing left. Wink is taken out by Beishang. And while Baolan is taken out there by Jumong, a very, very good fight taken on the side of WE. Shin, despite being chased down by Jumong, in the previous fight, tries to return the favor and chase down Jumong, but then eventually the rest of his team collapses and manages to come and save him. Jumong, of course, quite self-sufficient with his ultimate as well as movement speed from his E at kiting away from things that are running at her. That being said, Shin, the reason that he's so squishy to Jumong and the reason that Jumong is so willing to jump on him is because he has really itemized very little to no armor, only having his ninja tabs. As we see here, the dragon goes over to Shin, very good secure. Solar Flag coming out, missing Rookie by just a bit. Breathe jumping into the backside, but the Shy peeling for him, and then Baolan also peeling for him. After as the Oriana Ultimate misses everything, Jumong is just being jumped on there, but Shanks goes to assist him. Beishang just throwing out pebbles the entire fight, pretty much untouched, and the beautiful Weaver's Wall here, barely not trapping Rookie, running in to just make sure that they are trapped as Jumong enters, sweeping up Baolan, and Wink goes over to the side of Beishang, trying to go for a quick 1v1, but Beishang with beautiful angle on his Q secures the kill very, very handedly. And as we see, the game just slips slightly and slightly further and further out of the reach of Invictus Gaming. We see that WE is securing some pretty big items on their side. Magi Soul Stealer coming out on Beishang already with only one that feels that is entirely warranted, and he might be right with two other items completed. He's got the safety of the Zonias as well, and the Prey Seeker whizzes on by Wink's ear. He knows that if that hit, Jumong might very well try and jump in, but that I just say that as a joke, of course, because Jumong, there's no way he's going to jump in between two mid lane towers where he doesn't know where the rest of Invictus Gaming is, and his team isn't there to back him up. And this is the point also where the Camille of WE, where Breathe becomes pretty hard to deal with the Gragas pick. He becomes unanswerable split push threat. Jumong is also he's quite fed now, 6-1 with 4 items complete, sitting on a BF sword, which he will likely turn into a Guardian Angel, unless he's looking to be slightly more greedy and go for the Infinity Edge first. Honestly, so far, based on his positioning and the ability of WE to peel for him, it wouldn't be a part too greedy of a choice. As missing, just securing some deep vision in the top side of Invictus Gaming's jungle, signaling to the rest of the world that WE are looking to siege between the top and mid, while sending Breathe on towards the bot side with his teleport advantage as well. The Shy's teleport is halfway down, Shun taking a chunk of damage from Jumong, and missing, who stepped forward with the Shield of Daybreak to tank up some of the damage, basically emerging from under the tier 2 tower of Invictus Gaming unscathed, as the Weaver's Wall coming out yet again to try and stick Rookie into the corner. Rookie, however, knowing fully well, having experienced that kind of treatment too many times, steps back a safe distance as missing Hex flashes over the wall right in front of Balan, who quickly does a double take and backs off. Very aggressive play there as Jumong is hit by the W of Wink. Wink trying his best to clear out the waves, but Jumong is knowing that the rest of his team is just around the corner, feels quite safe in securing yet another tower. WE taking 2 tier 2 towers in quick succession as Breathe just continues to pressure the bottom side, securing the blue buff away from Invictus Gaming over on to Beishang. Beishang having a phenomenal game, nearly completing now on his death cap. Horizon Focus also a potential pickup here from Beishang, as Beishang, every single one of his abilities max range is above the 750 requirement mark. So honestly, Horizon Focus is a pretty decent item for Taliyah, especially if you're fighting at the maximum distances. And given that the enemy team is a Syndra and a Jhin, that's not so bad. That being said, the item kind of loses its uniqueness when it comes to fighting a Gragas and Olaf and a Galio, who will want to close the distance between you and them and just CC you or run at you. So you most definitely will be hitting your abilities at less than a 750 range. As a Prey Seeker coming in, chunking Wink a little bit, but Wink easy life stealing there with his ultimate Hunter, as the bottom side of Invictus Gaming's jungle becomes the next point of contestation, with Dragon spawning in 15-second teleport coming in there from Shanks, ready to join the fight yet again. Breathe in the top side, pushing with impunity as Shin running forward with Baolan and Shy. Invictus Gaming know they have to force something here. They have to try and walk away with this Dragon regardless of its cost, but Beishang throws the 2 members of Invictus Gaming into his pebbles as the Solar Flag coming out, stunning up Shin with his smite already used to get some more HP. That being said, WE is pinging Baron, which is spawning in 7 seconds with Rookie does have teleport, but WE with the amount of damage they have with Beishang as well as Jomon will be able to rush this Baron down very, very quickly as Weaver's Wall coming out to buy as much time as possible. Breathe is just having the time of his life, taking out the top lane inhibitor as he exits. Nope, top lane inhibitor stays up. Wink throwing out his curtain call. However, WE looking at the damage that they are being able to do, just chunking out the Baron as it is Steel over there. Shin flashing in to try and steal it, doesn't get to do it. Using his rocket and roll with his Ragnarok, trying to kill whichever member he can jump on. Balan jumping in very, very, very squishy, but Breeze jumping in with the flank, gets his ultimate onto Wing. Wing is executed there by Jumong. A beautiful ultimate coming in there by Rookie. However, Jumong is just too tanky and manages to survive it. GA not even procced as the rest of Invictus Gaming falls along with their star mid laner. And the game is pretty much over, I think. Invictus Gaming, a good, valiant attempt there, but unfortunately forced into a very tight position, twisted and squeezed into all manners of uncomfortable positions, and eventually WE, if they will most definitely end up this game here as the death respawn timers are about 26 seconds for the majority of Invictus Gaming's team. Balan spawning now, but with no damage and no tankiness. He only provides utility, but there is no one to provide utility for. As for members of WEC, the fall of the Invictus Gaming Nexus through to the latter, sorry. And just as quickly, Invictus Gaming have been answered in Game 2 by WE. A decisive win there in first Game 1 by Invictus Gaming, and a very, very decisive win over here in the second game of WE versus IG. So, ladies and gentlemen, all there is left is to cast Game 3, which will determine which of these teams comes out ahead in this one little match. So, and without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow for the finale of Invictus Gaming versus WE. And straight after, we will most likely head into the game of JDG versus EDG. And that is a game that I'm also extremely excited to cast. All these are top tier teams playing off against each other. And it's just quality League of Legends from either one side, or it's from one side or the other. Either that or both teams at the same time. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching today's commentary, and we'll see you guys for the next one. See ya!